Happy Saturday night, Doctor Who fans. Today we're reviewing Doctor Who magazine 626. Yes, incidentally, people have been watching TARDISes online being dropped off in churches and things like that. Please remember, it's a Jodie box. It's not Tom Baker's. It's not somebody from, the 80s. So, yes, please remember that it's a Jodie box. It's been there for 7 years, I understand, in Ipswich. And we used to comment on it years ago, so we have followed the box. Anyway, I segue to a different part of this. Let's go back to the Doctor Who magazine. Now, the 15th Doctor meets the Daleks, but in comic book form, which I suppose is, better than nothing. In 1920s Paris, no doubt, City of Death. Your in-depth guide to season 21 on Blu-ray, of course, which is the new box set release coming out in March, I believe. Dylan Holmes Williams on directing Homo Aqua. Wake up to the rings of Akatan. Oh, look at this. A resurrection. That picture is actually from the Radio Times, if you recall. I've just opened the magazine. I haven't even read it, the magazine, so I'm just looking at it as we go, as you would as a new reader, shall we say, or somebody who's going to read the magazine. And we have new novelizations in the pipeline. The Aliens of London, The Satan Pit, and Time of Angels. So if you like your Doctor Who in written format, which we all did in the 70s when we bought the Target novels, then knock yourself out, Doctor Who fans. Knock yourself out. The BBC's most watched new drama of 2025, War Between the Land and the Sea. I wonder. Yes, Doctor Who fans, I wonder. The Lost Stories, The Sixth Doctor. Again, Galaxy Film, maybe you're talking about, War Between the Land and the Sea, and I always like to read my little Daft Dimension comic thing. Anyway, enough Pating jokes. I'll let you read that at your leisure. The Sea Devils, in a fashion. Remember, they're not the original ones that were in, the 1970s, or indeed the Jodie Whittaker iteration. Legend of the Sea Devils, if you like it that way. Again, a lot of stuff about the War Between the Land and the Sea again, which, it's worth reading, I suppose, but you get a lot of it, don't you? Because there's no other Doctor Who to watch right now, is there, apart from repeats, and hopefully, with any luck, a retrieval of a lost missing episode before December, and the eventual reveal of the Christmas Day episodes, the Christmas episode special. Again, a lot of War Between the Land and the Sea. I'll let you read all this because it really is proliferated. Oh, Doctor Where and When. Exactly where did the Doctor's adventures take place? Shooty Gatwa in his denim dress and boots. It's not a bad. I mean, I got a little thing myself today. Look, kind of a long denim thing. I mean, it doesn't look like his thing. It's not really a dress as such. It's a long shirt, but it's about the same length. Got it from Well One, which is closing down next week in our fair city of Newcastle. Again, Doctor Where, Bavaria of all places. Doctor Where, let you read all that. Locations filming mainly. Warriors of the Deep. Now there's a Sea Devil story and a half, if ever there was one. And of course the Silurians. Not forgetting the comedy gold. I won't say the word. Begins with M, ends in A. I think you know the creature I'm talking about. Which, to all intents and purposes, would Dobbin the pantomime horse, wasn't it? The Awakening reviewed. Didn't we have Beryl Reid in that, of course, as part of the Liverbirds, along with Nerys Hughes, was also in Doctor Who in, I believe, Kinder. Frontios. Comedy tractators, the Gravis, And then Doctor Who, didn't he wear those half-moon spectacles, which is not shown here, but I used to have a pair of them myself actually many years ago, probably that same period. Resurrection of the Daleks, reviewing of course of season 21. I'd like to see more of that little video they showed on YouTube about his return to the Thames, Shard Thames. Planet of Fire. Now, Peter Wingard, who often touted as being another Doctor Who, he would have made an excellent Doctor Who, I would have thought. He's in that. Caves of Androzani. Some say it's the most classic of classic Doctor Who stories ever, as in the top, well, probably the number one. It is a very, very good story. And of course, the regeneration at the end is something spectacular. I'm sure you'll agree. There was LSD, wasn't it, people were saying it. Graham Hart was talking things like that, but of course, you know, it's just a very, very explosive regeneration, shall we say. The twin dilemma. For one, we have a highlight. On this one, we have the exact opposite, kind of. I mean, it was an interesting take to have the Doctor go back to a William Hartnell-esque character, wasn't it, really? I think it was a direct contrast to Peter's, Davison's more, I mean, he used the word effete, didn't he? But more vulnerable, restrained character, whereas Colin Baker was very brusque, wasn't he? Very, much like his outfit, very outgoing, colourful. And again, we have the shooting out meeting the Daleks in the comic strip. I'll let you read out at your leisure or leisure. But yeah, the Rings of ANYTHIN reviewed. The singing in that was quite good, wasn't it? For a recall, right there, I quite enjoyed that. The little girl and the Carla Oswald thing, and of course a return, because he was there before the 11th Doctor with Susan, his granddaughter. Now look at this homage to Caroline IV. The hat, look, the fisherman's cap, I think they're called. It's the same sort of hat that Susan wore. I quite like this hat. Hats are I like bow ties. Hats are cool. And the Sea Devils. Again, a lot of audio book reviews. I'll let you read through that lot. Terry Nation, The Sign of the Fall. Again, they're books I'm referring to, by the way. The First Doctor. I love The First Doctor. Of course I did. I grew up with him. Yes. He was brilliant. Absolutely frightening but brilliant. Legacy of Time. Liverpool. Again, we have some Jodie Whittaker discussion there, all sort of references to the Liverpool thing during lockdown. I recall them talking about that. Very good, very good. Next month is All Things Tegan. Welcome back, welcome to Scarrow. Janet Fielding on All Things Tegan next month. Now, Mouth on Legs. Didn't Matt Smithy wanted to get that gobby Australian back to Heathrow Airport to, you know, God knows why he said it, so he didn't really. Anyway, for goodness sake, Tegan, Janet Fielding, what more can you say? A highlight indeed of anybody's Doctor Who viewing. She was. And, you know, you've got to admire her gusto and her mouth, her brazen, you know, revolt against being kidnapped on the TARDIS, much like the first two teachers. In Logo Polis, wasn't it? Logo Polis, by M. Vanessa. Logo got shrunk to a little, you know, comic pocket-sized version from the Master. Have a good weekend, Doctor Who fans. I will see you anon in the future. Bye.